Your assumptions are your windows to the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come in. Your assumptions are your windows on the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come in. This was a quote that was written by Isaac Asimov a while back, and it was submitted by my brother-in-law, Mark Houston. So when I went down this morning and grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner and open it up, and there at the top it says these words: your assumptions are your windows to the world. Scrub them off every once in a while, or the light won't come in. And I immediately thought, man, my goodness, this is powerful, right? What you believe to be true in the world always is. What you believe to be true in the world always is. See, I took this quote and I immediately started to break it down. I'm like, okay, the word assumption, what does that really mean? What is it applying to? The word window, the word world, the word scrub, the light won't come in, right? I start to break it down. And as I look at it, what it's saying is what you believe in the world to be true in the world always is. I think we all agree with that, right? But sometimes what you believe to be true about the world is wrong. You see, sometimes your assumptions of what is truth, your variance of truth is wrong. I'm just saying, my name is Glenn and I'm your friend. And we have to face the reality that what somebody maybe told you at some point in your life, or your particular experience on certain things in life, or your perspective on certain things in life might not necessarily be true. Just because it's true to you doesn't make it true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I experienced this when I used to hang out in certain environments with certain people. I used to think that everybody got high. I used to think that everybody stole, that everybody lied. Like, I used to think that. That was my world. That was my perception. Everyone around me did those things. So I assumed that to be true of all. But it's not. And it wasn't. But my perspective on it was that it was true for me, therefore it had to be true for everyone, and that was wrong. And see, that is why it is so incredibly important that you have to scrub them, as it says in this quote. Scrub those assumptions away. And when I think of this word scrub, right, when I think about scrubbing them away, like, it makes me think of work. Does it make you think of work? Like, to scrub means you got to put in the hard work, right? You've got to, like, break out the heavy equipment and the heavy machinery. You got to steam clean that son of a gun, right? You've got to scrub it with the, right? Like, you got to get in there. You got to get on your knees, and you got to scrub all of these things out. You got to scrub these assumptions out of your mind. And to me, what that looks like is that looks like deciphering your beliefs, analyzing your beliefs, discovering whether or not the things that you believe are actually true. And if they are true, do they ultimately serve you? Then when I think about this scrubbing them off, I think, okay, that means we've got to delete these. We have to delete these assumptions. We've got to refresh the whole environment. We have to reprogram our mind on what we believe to be true about the world, about the people around us, and ultimately about ourselves. And unlike just going out and quickly scrubbing a window, you've been programming for 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, 50 years, 70 years, 75 years. Every second of every minute of your life, you've been programming these beliefs, right? And so it's going to take hours and hours and days and days and months and years of reprogramming. Otherwise, the light won't come in. You see, friends, hope rides the light. No light, no hope. So this incredible quote this morning leads me to challenge you. To challenge you to scrub those windows. to challenge you to grow as a human, to challenge you to choose to be the absolute best version of your unique self that you can possibly be. Choose to not only let in the light, but ultimately to be a light. And now for episode 863 of hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. That's right, CMA Day. Carter Myers Automotive Group, one of the most amazing automotive organizations in the world. If you're ever thinking about converting over into the auto industry and you want to work, you don't want to just work with some amazing people. You want to be an owner. You want to be a part owner in a car dealership? Hit me up. I can hook you up with CMA, dude. They are amazing. But today is also Cinco de Mayo. That's right. Today is Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it will ever be May 5th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Did you know this about Cinco de Mayo, right? Cinco de Mayo today, they'll celebrate, right? And then there'll be lots of partying going on, and there'll be some fireworks going on, and all of those things, right? Cinco de Mayo is a celebration, and it's celebrated actually all the way around the world, which is crazy. But what I didn't know is that Cinco de Mayo is actually not, it's not Mexico's Independence Day. It's not Mexico's Independence Day. Like, it feels a lot like our 4th of July, right? But it's actually not their Independence Day. Their Independence Day is September 16th. That's their Independence Day. So Cinco de Mayo is just like a party day. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, hey, it actually was there was a small battle in Mexico that was won on the 5th of May. And so they celebrate that battle, but it wasn't actually the independence. They didn't win the war, right? It was just this little small battle. And they're like, hey, we won the battle. We should probably celebrate. We should have a party. and I don't know about you, but my Hispanic friends, they know how to party. They know how to party. They put on a party, right? So this party caught on. It became a commercial thing. There's actually a lot of political stuff behind it that kind of pushed it and promoted it and commercialized it. And ultimately it went global and it became a global celebration, which I love the idea of. I love the idea of people all around the world dancing and having an amazing time today here on Cinco de Mayo, right? That's a feel-good thing. I absolutely love it. So I hope you'll do some dancing today. I hope that you will celebrate Cinco de Mayo here in 2021. It's an awesome day to be able to do that. And I know there will be people celebrating all around the world in different ways, right? Totally get that. You might celebrate a little bit different than others. Some people, everybody's just a little bit different. Some people are like, let's go out and drink some tequila, right? It just depends on what your jam is. Well, in Canada, they do something incredibly interesting on Cinco de Mayo. In Canada, they have what's called the skydiving boogie. The skydiving boogie. And this is where hundreds of people go out and jump out of planes. And then on their way down, they dance and choreograph and like have all this fun as they're plummeting to the planet, right? It is the ultimate dance party in the sky, the skydiving boogie, every single year on Cinco de Mayo. So super interesting. So if you're in the Canada area, go jump out of a plane today. Maybe I can't say that, or maybe I can say that. I don't really know what I can say or not say, but I'm just saying that sounds like a party to me. My wife won't let me jump out of a plane. She said, not with all these babies. She said, after they're 18, I can do whatever I want. She doesn't care. Until then, she won't let me. But if my wife would let me, if I wasn't scared of my wife, I say, I'm not scared of skydiving. I'm scared of my wife. Right? If I wasn't scared of my wife, I'd go jump out of a plane all day long. I think that would be fun. So they've got the skydiving boogie going on up there in Canada. I hope you'll find some way to celebrate today as well. But what's interesting is today is also a really important day in history. Today is also the day that we launched the first man into space. Back in 1961, we launched an actual human being into space, right? So that was 60 years ago. And think about how far we've come since then. Not only now do we have space stations up there, and you got Elon shooting off rockets every couple of months over there in Florida, right? Like crazy, crazy stuff. But just over 60 years ago, it would be the 60-year anniversary today of the day that we sent a man to space for the very first time. So super cool. It's also May 5th. Was also the opening day of Carnegie Hall. And Carnegie Hall has become the standard for excellence, for lyrical excellence. It is a facility that was crafted and built over 100, it's actually 130 years ago this year. 130 years ago. And so for 130 years, it has served tens of thousands of artists around the globe. Tens of thousands of artists around the globe have stepped on the stages of Carnegie Hall and blessed people with their lyrical sounds, their spoken word, all of those things. It's absolutely incredible. We're talking about artists all the way from like Tchaikovsky, I can't even say his name, Tchaikovsky, right? All the way from Tchaikovsky, I'm not going to try it again, to Pink Floyd, to Patsy Cline, to Trace Adkins. I mean, even Jay-Z back in 2012 performed there in Carnegie Hall. And what's crazy is this facility is also used to celebrate and educate people in the world of poetry. Every year they have a big poetry event and everyone comes and shares the stage. It's really, really spectacular. You see, it's not really that different if you think about it. Music and poetry, the spoken word, these are all vessels that humans use to transport you to another place, to help you feel and experience things, right? To help you feel and experience things. Kind of like what we're going to do right now. I want you to feel and experience this. All right? I want you to feel and experience this right here. That's right. Y'all hear that? There we go. Okay. Come on, baby. There you go. For those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where we're going to do some dancing. See, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So I need you to get up. Come on. We're going to dance together all around the world. I want you to imagine all around the world, people dancing. All right, we got people dancing in Ireland. We got people dancing over in London. We got people dancing here in America. We got people dancing all over the place. up in Canada, right? Getting ready to jump out of a plane today. And of course, we got our friends dancing down in Mexico. All right, so let's go. Let's get that body in motion. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Go ahead and share this out so we can invite more people to our dance party this morning. Go ahead and hit that share button. If you're on Clubhouse, hit that plus sign, invite some friends into the room so we can change the way they start their day. Because we believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet, all right? This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live, you're watching on replay, maybe you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're listening to the podcast, whatever floats your boat, make sure you connect with me. I'd really appreciate it, all right? Oh, that's crazy. Good morning, Rosie. Great to see you. How you doing, Brad Smith? What's up, Scott Simmons? I see Vicky Everett is up in here. What's up, Janice Mullins? Man, Facebook's being weird again. It's not showing me your comments. I have to back out and go back in. What's up, Michael David Huey? How you doing, Tara Pebble? I see Cheryl Freeman is up in here. What's up, Randy Wagner? Great to see you as well. I also see David Martin, Amy Kennedy, Christina Macy is here this morning. What's up, Francois Darastel? Is that right, Francois Darastel? I hope I said that about right. I also see Wendy Reeves is up in here, Deborah Stencil, Lane Simmons. What's up, Jim Tursky and Stephanie Sterling? And then let me swing over here to my Clubhouse. Let's see who's over here on Clubhouse. Obviously, Alpha 6 is in the building. I also see that Dr. Rowe is here this morning. I see Janie is joined us here on Breakfast with Champions. What's up, Janie? I see Haley's up in here. Hi, Haley. Great to see you. What's up, Alec and Sharon? Lauren, my favorite, with the white headphones, killing the game. What's up, Jan Mulfit's up in here. Sam Insanity, I'm so glad you're here with us this morning. I see Tom and Amy and Shay is up in here. I see LaFern and Missy and Misha are here this morning. What's up, Jasmine, Elena, Carla? We've got Derek up in the house. We've got Corey. I see Corey and Kojo. I also see Bailey is in here this morning, and Tahir. Tons of folks joining us over on Clubhouse. I love it. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, if you want to see what we're doing, full production, B-roll, video, all of that stuff, you can go to official Glenn Lundy on Facebook, and you can check out the full production. So if you got a Facebook account, head over there now. Otherwise, just hang out right here in Clubhouse. You'll check out the audio as we dive into episode 863, Poetry in Motion, here on #Rise and Grind.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream, and not make dreams your master. If you can think, and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same. if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Written in 1909 by a guy named Rudyard. His name is a little difficult to say. Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling. He wrote that poem in 1909. I find it fascinating. I don't know about you. I find it absolutely fascinating. It is a powerful, powerful poem that has stood the test of time over 110 years, right? Very rarely do you find literary pieces that have relevance, that hold relevance 110, 12 years later, right? The language has changed. Our world has changed. Technology has changed. All of those things have changed, but yet this poem stays true. It stays true. So in this poem, really, it's broken down into 4 main parts, and I'm going to break those down for you real quick, what Rudyard Kipling is teaching us through each of the sections of this powerful poem. So in the first sections, he says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. Powerful words. What my man is saying here is keep the blinders on. When you're focused and you're headed towards a goal, you're headed towards a target, we're streaming through this thing called life, dude, you got to keep the blinders on. You got to keep your wits about you. You can't let the distractions of the world, the dings, the notifications, the people that are screaming, that are maybe talking bad about you, the worries, the woes, the concerns, we cannot let that get in the way. No, we must keep the blinders on. Stay focused. And what I love is he also turns it around to your character. He turns it around to your character and says, if you can not deal in the lies and let people talk bad about you without you ever talking bad about them, if you can allow people to hate on you without turning around and hating them, right? If you can look good, right? You can look good, but not too good. Be humble. You can talk, but don't talk too much. You can be wise and be smart, but be all of that with humility. I love it. I love it. In the second section of the poem, he says, If you can dream and not make your dreams your master. That's a powerful line. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. What's my man saying here? What lesson are we learning here? Are you learning this morning? I hope you're learning this morning. This stuff gets me jacked up. What my man is saying right here is he's saying, yes, we want dreams and we want visions, but don't make the future your master. Don't make your dreams your master. Don't make your thoughts the aim. He's telling you, be present, folks. Be present. Have gratitude for where you currently are in the world. Don't get so caught up trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's what my man's saying here. And he's saying if you can look at triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters, you hear that word? Imposters, because triumph gives us something false. It's not necessarily real. It's a celebration, yes, but it's an emotion. It's not tangible. It's not a mother that you can pour into. It's not a child that you can hug and hold. Same with disaster. Disaster is an emotion. Disaster is a feeling. Disaster is something that we can go through. Disaster is an experience. Disaster is not tangible. It's not as important. It is an imposter. And if we can just treat them both the same when we're winning and we're losing, have the character, whether we're winning or we're losing, to be grateful with where we are, the character to not let it show on the outside, to continue to make a positive impact on others, right? If you can bear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you've gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. What he's saying is don't get caught up in this material stuff. The things you gave your life to broken. Can you handle that? Can you handle the things that you worked for being broken? Can you handle the material things going away and wearing out? Can you handle that? I love this poem. It's talking real life stuff. This is real life stuff. What a masterpiece. I'm totally off script today, but that's okay. What a masterpiece, right? In this third segment of the poem, he says, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone and so hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. What's my man saying here? Dude, he's saying fail forward. He's saying when you can take the blows and just continue to keep pressing, don't let it phase you, to continue to move forward, right? Don't even breathe a word about your loss. Okay, great, I took a hit. Don't even talk about it. Don't even bring it up. Don't allow it to settle in your life, right? Just have the will to hold on. I love that. Accept the will which says to them, hold on. That's the only thing that you should be saying. That's the only thing that we should be serving, is inspiring others. Like, hey, I get it. I go through some stuff too. Hold on. I got you. You're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Right? And then he finishes it strong. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. Walk with kings, but not lose the common touch. Humility, right? If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, not your enemies, not the ones that love you, can hurt you. If all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Roll with it. Roll with it. Be honest. Be integral, right? He's talking about honesty and integrity here in this last piece. He's saying, dude, if you can roll with the bad, you can roll with the good, and you can just keep your character intact and always be honest and always be loyal and always be real and always be true to those that you love, to those that you hate, and ultimately to yourself, that you can become the man, the woman that it is that you want to be, that you can bring out and extract the uniqueness and the greatness that exists inside of you, that you can become the best version of you that we all need. You see, here's the truth and the reality. Put the poem to the side. The message that I need you to hear is I know something about you that you might not know. And what I know about you is that you are a child of God, the God of the universe. And as a child of God, you are my brother and you are my sister. And as my brother and as my sister, I have a responsibility, an obligation, and a duty to help step in with honesty and integrity, to not come bring my burdens and worries on you, but ultimately to inspire you to be more, to do more, to step into who you are, because I love you for that. I don't love you for your stuff. I don't love you for your triumphs. I don't love you for your stories. I love you for who you are. That's what I love. And we all rise when you rise. Kipyard's poem is talking about the character of man. His poem is breaking down the storms and the trials of this life that we all know will continue to come. But ultimately, he's speaking directly to the uniqueness of your soul. And he's telling you the same thing that 120 years later, I am trying to shout from the rooftops. Make sure that you rise every single day with intention and purpose. Continue to evolve into the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be, so that you can go out and make a positive and powerful impact in other people's lives. And the best part, the only part that I will add to what Kipling spoke on, the part that I will add is that we can do this together. You don't have to do this alone. I'm in this with you. We live in 2021. We are connected in ways my man wasn't. We can push a button and connect. We can make a phone call and connect. We can send a message and inspire. We can go live and motivate. We can use audio. We can use video. We can jump in a car. We can jump on a plane. We can do things that my man couldn't do. So I challenge you to rise, evolve, and impact with me. And let's go out and tear freaking holes in this universe for the better. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Let's go, let's go. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com, all right? Head on over to GlennLundy.com. You can catch out more videos. If you haven't gotten one of these Rise and Grind planners yet, you better get on that. I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go to RiseAndGrindPlanner.com. It'll help change the way you start your day. All right? Make sure you go do that. And if you want to hang out, we're going to go hang out over on Clubhouse. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. My friend Dr. Rose is going to be dropping some bombs on us and interviewing some folks at 6:30, which is going to be awesome. Bill Hauser, his segment is always one of my favorites every single week. Bill's going to be dropping his segment a little bit later. If you don't know who he is, look him up. The dude is fire. I'm hoping we have a little secret segment that'll be coming a little bit later, so I'm excited about that. And also, of course, the human calculator will be joining us, and the one and only, the most powerful Brielle will be closing us down today. So come hang out with us over on Clubhouse, or if I can't see you there, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. as we do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
If I don't win, can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals, I'm focused on my physical, I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world, it's so alarming. I hashtag Rise and Grind, hashtag Rise and Grind.